60D. And yeah, we just did a little video scratching. Tapping. Turning the sounds of stuff and some whispering. So just multiple ASMR talking about some of my favourite things, and then I'll also shut up and you can just enjoy the sounds of the objects. So this is how I film myself. I have a turnout screen. And so the camera on my Canon R6 is what I film on. Will face me, and I'll flip the screen accordingly so I can see myself. And it just makes it easier. It is a distraction, it's true. Because instead of looking down the barrel, sometimes I look at the screen, but it is a good way to ensure that A, it's recording, B, it's in focus, and C, what I'm showing you is in the picture and not like down here or whatever. But definitely the thing that is recording, I think, is the most important. So that battery will be dead, and to be honest, you shouldn't leave batteries in a camera. I didn't know this one was left in there, so I'm gonna take that out. That's naughty of me, but it should still be okay. So I bought this camera in 2011. I've said it in another video, I won't go on too much, but it was my first ever digital SLR, and it's what really pushed my photography and got me into it properly. My friend Maria suggested I buy one after I said that I was interested in photography and that I really loved her photos and how did she get into them, whatever, and she's just like, go buy a camera, go practice, simple as that. So it was as simple as that pretty much. If you want to become a photographer, go buy a camera. Even better yet, just get really good at photographing on your phone and lining stuff up. And when you feel like you've learned a bit and you want to progress further, then get a camera. You'll get more resolution, you can edit it more, you'll get better depth of field, which is when something is sharp and then blurry in the background. That's depth of field. And when everything is in focus together, that's when you have a higher number of depth of field. At the moment I film on 2.8, that's why you can get it very sharp here and very blurry here. If this was say f10, this would be sharper, but it would also be darker, because the higher the f-stop or the lower, I never know which way it goes, but the higher the number, the less light is let into the camera. Little fun fact for anyone interested in photography. So I don't really use camera cases much anymore. I find like with my shoot. It's different. So they call some cameras point and shoots because it's point and shoot, where you're not mucking around with a full manual. However, with this little old school camera, you actually have access to a fully manual camera, which means it can shoot. Well, first off, it can shoot JPEGs or RAWs. RAWs give you more editing ability in your files. It has a manual dial which I can set to change the aperture or the ISO or whatever I wish to set it up. Up here, a little zoom feature, and then on the back I would set all my stuff. So back in the day this cost me $400 in 2013 or 12, I think 13. I bought this after Casey Neistat showed that he uses this. He used to use to vlog on it, and he used it as a portable camera because it had the raw capability, and he wanted a point and shoot where he could literally just go, cool, photo time, bang, without having to waste time or set anything up. So I travelled originally to Europe in 2013 for 5 months with my 60D with a big lens on it, which there's no lens on at the moment, and this little one. So if I did a little trip somewhere and I didn't want to bring the heavy one, I would use this. But I found in the end that I liked my digital SLR. It produced better photos. I didn't mind that it was cumbersome. But I think something like this, say you're going out with friends, we have that light fringe on. Well, actually, that light fringe is finished, but we had the Adelaide fringe on. And then going out at night, I could have brought some. This is too old now, but I just use my mobile phone. But that in the back pocket, and you're out with friends, partying or whatever, but you can get cool quality photos. So I do want a little point and shoot. If any of you have any ideas, let me know. My friend Grace had one the other week, but I forgot to ask what it was. But it looked like it had really good quality. Yeah, this was, is it 12 megapixel or 11? The S110, but yeah, Casey Neistat. There you go, that was courtesy of him. With the little mini travel case. Nice little camera, that. This is my latest camera purchase, which you've seen before for whomever's not new to the channel. It's an Olympus with a Pentax lens cap, so ignore the lens cap. You can see that ring light's getting caught up there. So this is an Olympus OM2S, OMD's mirrorless range, OM2S program. A full manual film camera. I felt like my passion for photography was waning a bit there. In last year, 2023. And I needed something to just get the passion back, and having a full manual film camera and just shooting film has really helped me. I've got film in there currently. But I won't take a photo. aperture, which we talked about earlier, the f-stop. The high number means more in focus, but a darker view, and this goes all the way down to 1.8. It's a very slim depth of view. And we have the rotating ring just here. This little sound. And that is how we focus. It's manual focus, it's old school, there's no autofocus like what I'm filming on. And there's two half circles with a split view inside. And when you focus, that what is in those two half circles will come together, and that's when you know it's in focus. And when they're out, so it would be like your face if you focused here, two different things, and half the nose is over here and half the nose is here, and then when it connects, then you know it's in focus. Anyway, so you got the aperture for the how much is in focus, and that determines light. You've got the ISO, which will determine 400. You want to shoot mainly in day, but you could push a little bit of a darker scene. And then you have the shutter speed, which is this back dial. Here, you can't really see, but along in here, there's numbers, and you set your shutter speed. So I wouldn't want to shoot really below 60. That's in light blue, and then 125 is in white. 125 is safe. You can hold pretty steady and get a clear shot. 60, if you have a little bit of shake in your hands, it's gonna blur the photo a bit. So 125, 250, you know, that's my favorite shutter speed to shoot at. And maybe 500 is okay. 60, you gotta be pretty steady. That's your shutter speed. So your three determining factors for light: ISO, aperture, shutter speed. They're the triangle, and that will determine your shot. Bit of camera knowledge there. You know, if you have a fast shutter speeds, you can get a really quick moving image. That means your shutter isn't open long, so you can't get too much light in there. So how do you get that light in? Well, then you have your aperture. So you'd want to shoot at a low number, f2, f1.8, f2.8 to let in light. And then you might need more lights, then you're going to need a higher ISO. So in a digital camera, you can boost your ISO up 400, 800, 1200, 1600, 2000. But in film, you can't. You're stuck with the ISO value of your film. So that is a strong determining factor. It's digital definitely gives you more opportunities to shoot in different situations, and film is more of a limiting factor. And then there's all sorts in photography, like focus, prime lens. This is a 35mm prime. Now prime means video sounds terrible. It was that lens making a lot of noise, whereas this lens, it's focus. Sorry, it's not that. Did I say zoom earlier? It's focus. Like that focus makes sound, but on this lens, it's silent. That's another good reason to have this. And there are less. I don't know heaps about photography. Is anyone listening and saying I'm wrong? Please tell me if I'm wrong at all. But like a zoom lens has many optical lenses within to work at those different zooms, and this has fewer, and because of that, that is what determines the sharpness of the photo, I believe, amongst other factors. This is from the RF range of Canon, the mirrorless range, and they're more expensive, but it means I have this dial that I can set my ISO to. So when normally on a camera you'd set your ISO at the back, you can set it to the lens ring, and they call it a control ring. Gives you extra control. You can set whatever you want on that. Needs a little dust in the back, but that's not too bad. My camera's flashing at me saying it's overheating, so I might wrap this up. I hope you learned a little bit about photography today. There's so much to teach, so much to learn. Above all else, just shoot what you like, what you think's cool, shoot on your phone. And what I like to say is do some of the fundamentals, make sure your horizon line is straight. People will say you take a photograph of a sunset and your beach is like that. You gotta think, does water sit like that? No, water sits straight. So straighten up that horizon line. Shoot with people in the middle, looks really good. Or on the rule of thirds, you can see right there, there's 3/3 of this image. So if I put my face on this third, it can kind of work in an image, but if I put it here, it doesn't, because it's a roll of thirds, but then there's the roll of fifths, and there's so many different ways to shoot. And then you can break it down into 3 this way and 3 that way. I think it's the golden roll. And so then on the intersecting lines, like my eye line right here is probably on a third, and I could go there. There's so many different ways to center someone. Where I'm sitting right now is probably pretty good for my eye line for the roll of thirds. I think it kind of works. It's unintentional, but it's unintentionally intentional. Like, not unintentionally, when you, what's the word? I'm always forgetting words. It's unconsciously intentional. Like you're doing it without even thinking you're doing it, because you understand photography. Yeah, I always try and make sure I'm centered with the microphone. Like, I'll set up a video and I'll be like, am I in the middle right now? I think I am, with the bookcase and the microphone. And then when I cut my shorts for TikTok and YouTube, then I'm centered, because the shortcuts to about there. Yeah, small little things you gotta think of. Photography is always thinking, looking, understanding, breaking things down. What makes this work? What makes it look good? You know, being out on the street and someone, maybe they're eating fairy floss, and it's just this giant thing of fairy floss, and it's them, and I could be like, that's a good photo. Or they're holding a balloon, and it adds this movement and this shape and this look. I've got this photo of this lady in Europe something. There's always stuff I forget or I need to know. For now, that's all. The video actually went a bit longer than I expected. My camera hasn't died yet, it is flashing though. Until next time, I hope you have a wonderful sleep or a lovely rest of the day. I love doing this. It's always a pleasure. And when I do my sign off, it makes me think like, yeah, I'm really happy doing this. I love connecting to you guys. And my sign off normally reminds me of that every time that I'm doing this for me,